When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
Cool.
It's happening.
The grand finale.
It's happening. Yes. You made
So the grand finale is going to take like another 2 years to finish up, right?
Of course. No, it shouldn't take too long.
Oh no, no Dragon Ball Z-esque time dilation.
3 weeks of episodes for 5 minutes till the planet gets destroyed.
I still vividly remember.
Arc Flash is still charging up. Everyone, we have to stall for time.
Me and my friend used to obsessively watch them in marathons, and I just remember the one day it clicked on me when he literally was like, "It doesn't matter, Goku, because the planet will end in 2 minutes." And I'm like, "Hold on a second, what episode is this?" And he tells me the episode. I'm like, "Wait a minute, the saga ends in like 30 episodes," and I'm like breaking down the time. I'm like, "It's gonna take like 2 hours for this to finish."
Yes.
I got fed up with the Dragon Ball Z that I can't stand the art form anymore. So there's other games that I might be interested in, but I just take one look at the art and say nope, and don't even look any further.
Oh no,
dear.
you have to see One Punch Man.
No,
You
One Punch Man is no, that's fine. I love One Punch Man. I haven't watched the second season of it yet because I've heard mixed reviews of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Dragon Quest games, all the Dragon Quest games that has the same exact art style as Dragon Ball Z.
I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
basically anything by Toriyama and people who are closely associated with him in style.
Yeah.
Which I can feel you for that. Like, Dragon Ball Z is just full of completely pointless filler. But at the same time, some of that filler is like the best bit of memes in existence. There's an entire episode where Goku and Piccolo have to go and learn to drive, and they hate every minute of it.
Best episode ever. That is like the best episode.
It absolutely is.
Ever. These two superheroes have to go get. I love the fact that in Bulma's eyes, Goku is like a bum because he doesn't have a 9-to-5 job and can't drive.
Yup. I liked one of the newer episodes where they did a gag where, Goku is, fighting Hercule again, and he's trying to avoid, Chi-Chi noticing that he's, like, fighting instead of doing stuff. So he, like, waits to be fake punched, and then just, like, gently drifts over the audience, falls behind them, picks up his tractor, and then gently floats, like, over the building to escape, while all pretending this is, like, one huge comical tumble.
But everyone is watching him carry the tractor away.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So this is the episode where Firebrand and Scrap both learn to drive then, right?
Yes. Well, no. This is the episode that leads up to the point where the bad guys are bearing down on you. Then we cut to like 3 weeks earlier, and it's some random useless shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have to like go back and do our like 3 months of training montage.
Yes.
No, they just aired the episodes in the wrong order. So this is supposed to happen like 5 weeks ago, but they built up, and so it's like climax, and it's like beach episode. All right, now back to it.
Beach episode. All right. So it does look like we have everybody here. Okay.
I think Beta chimed in, so I think we are streaming then.
Mm-hmm. Do we all remember what happened the week before last?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Something, world ending, something. We went to a party. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just generally yes.
That was the filler part of that episode.
They all knew that Ragnarok was coming, so they're just like, you know what, fuck it. Let's get plastered.
Yeah.
Scrap goes off the deep end because nobody's taking it as seriously as he is.
Yes. But I believe it basically starts off with us deciding to like hunt down hives of the flesh and try to burn it down to like help out the city. We bump into the adherents and kind of agree that burning this stuff down is probably the best general thing to do, and kind of, side-eye each other a little bit, and generally start doing the same thing while avoiding each other.
Yes.
Firebrand is sort of semi-convince people to try to go in on the adherence plan, and then also try to make sure that they don't turn everyone to robots. So things are going terribly for him. Meanwhile, Scrap is went out into the wasteland to try to beat everyone up, realized that there was too much going on, and fled back.
And didn't they crack the wall and those giant, multiple of those giant walking robots are coming through with its strange hypnotic call?
Oh yeah, I think everyone was heading towards the breach.
They hadn't actually made it to the wall yet, but you could hear them. Yes, but they will be there soon.
Great.
Air quotes soon. So, I think we should probably pick up with Scrap again. So you would have seen these big old walker things off in the distance making their way towards the city just as you're fleeing from that
Everything.
botched infiltration.
But yeah, I'd be going pell-mell all the way back. Run, teleport, just fuck.
Yeah,
Because,
with the running and teleportation, you can definitely get back to the because they were in the distance in the opposite direction you were in, so you can definitely get there far in advance of them. So you come back to the kind of little retaining wall that they've built in this breach, and it seems like everything's kind of proceeding as normal for now.
I will go ahead and call as I'm still heading back in towards the rock.
Mhm.
Oh crap! Do I even have Carrere's number? I'll call Firebrand. I want to make this in more of we should have acted sooner. You guys didn't believe me that this is a really big deal, but now the big deal is happening now.
I like to imagine there's a half screen wipe as Scrap is running from everything and looking behind him at the horde, and on the other half is Firebrand, one arm over a couch watching TV. He picks up his cell phone and he's like, "Oh hey Scrap, what's up? Hey,
I
you see
was
this
right.
thing on TV?"
Bring everything to the wall to the north. Everything is happening.
Everything.
Scrap he'll be running backwards and he'll take a picture.
Make a sleight of hand check.
No, I still have some sleight of hand. Let's actually try and do that.
Well, no, he could teleport, do his teleport, and end up backwards
I
and
said
take
running.
the picture.
Shut up! I never get to use sleight of hand.
Okay.
Wants to use the skill.
4. I rolled a 4. Great.
You get a super blurry picture of what looks like some tall blobs on the horizon.
Is that Bigfoot?
I think there's some feet in there. But stop with the jokes. This is just fly up. You'll see.
That's okay. I already hit the panic button. Carrera's probably already scrambling in his office.
Well, why aren't you scrambling?
I'll be there in about 30 minutes. I think it takes that long for me to fly across town.
Scrap will just hang up the phone and just keep running.
Firebrand probably looks up and notices the silent red alert alarm that he's triggered at this point.
Yeah, so pretty much as soon as he's like, yeah, I've ordered Carrera, it's not too bad. Carrera instantly opens the door to the lounge, and he's like, what is it?
Everything over at the breach. Scrap's already there.
Yeah,
I'm going to fly on ahead.
Hold on. You said Scrap's near this?
Correct.
All right. He just leaves the door. Scrap. Carrera steps out from behind a rock nearby as you're running by. He's like, "Hey, Scrap, hold up."
He's like, what are you doing here?
Well, Firebrand told me there was an issue. And he kind of looks around, sees the walkers on the horizon. He's like, "Oh shit,
it's worse. Get on top of a building," and he points up at any building that's nearby that's high enough to see over the wall.
All right, he gets over on top of the wall. He's like, Well, no, he walks back behind the rock. Like you can look up at the top of the building, you can kind of see him leaning over the railing. Comes back from around the rock. He kind of starts kneading his forehead a little bit. And these things seem to be similar to what you encountered a while ago outside the wall, correct? They were dragging people around, if I remember correctly.
Well, we never saw that, but
Yeah, I think Firebrand's the only one who ever actually directly saw it because he decided to shove his head into it.
I saw it on the far horizon. That was the last time that Scrap saw it. So
yeah.
So I mean, we think we did. Firebrand. Either way, we're not here to talk about. Oh, hey, we saw this thing in the past. We need to scramble the jets, launch missiles. What are we standing here for?
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. How are you sure it's not part of these adherents folks' plan?
I'm not. The thing I'm not worried about is the adherents. I'm worried about the flesh. Could you not see that on the wall?
There are no flesh on the wall.
Then we still have time.
Hold on. What
I didn't want to explain it. Just shut up. There's an abandoned military base days that way, and he just kind of gives the general direction of where he just came from. And there were flesh in suits throwing firearms and grenades and more firearms down a hole, and then you're going to see it in a little bit, and it probably is stuffed with guns. It's just a giant wall of flesh. That's why I need everyone to be running around and doing things, because we just go back and just press the big red buttons.
All right, so you want us to scramble on this military base?
Well, I mean, at least take a picture or two, so let me know what we're dealing with. But I would say just launch every missile we have possible out there, literally.
we don't have missiles. We're not a military, but I'll see if I can send a couple choppers over.
Send Firebrand first. He's faster. He can take good pictures.
Well, if all he wants pictures, and he's going to step back behind the rock. It's going to take about 30 seconds. He's going to come back around with a camera, kind of looking a bit rattled. And he's like, well, I'd say you definitely have stumbled across something interesting. He's kind of looking at the pictures he just took. Yes, I think we should send something to deal with this right away.
It's only going to get worse before it gets better. We need to do something now.
All right. I'll get back to base, start organizing things. He's going to walk back around behind the rock.
I will start, I guess, keep making my way towards the rock, because I don't think he can carry me.
No. Okay, so everybody else, it takes maybe like 5 minutes after that for everyone to realize that there are a lot of people there are a lot of people scurrying around on the base, particularly towards like the hangars and such. Although there's no
Firebrand is already like on the hunt for Arc Flash and Axiom.
Mm-hmm.
Time, everybody.
Time for what?
Just the end of the world, nothing big. You can sleep in a little bit longer.
What did Scrap do?
What did Scrap?
Well, apparently everything's chilling after him, so I'm going to assume he pissed them off. So I think it's about time to go greet them.
I mean, Scrap's in trouble. I'm more than willing to go help him out. Where is he? Where we gotta go?
Over by the breach.
All right.
It's on the opposite side of town from the base, but I think we can get there quick enough.
It'll take me a while to get across, but yeah, I can get there.
Meanwhile, I'm sure Carrere will send us any communication if he needs to, and we'll try to link up with Scrap.
Of course. All right, so
All right, everyone, put your hands in the center. 1, 2, 3, go team!
Yay!
On his off time, Firebrand's been teaching a small soccer team.
Of course. So as you guys are kind of broing it. No, I'm not broing it up. Shit. Guys are getting morale up. Your little huddle. The rest of maybe about contents of 4 helicopters are loading up on the tarmac and getting ready to fly out there. So if you guys want to go with them, now's your chance.
Are they
Right.
faster than 120 miles an hour?
Yes.
Yes, then I definitely get on a helicopter.
Yeah, I think I'm still a bit faster with them, but I'll go ahead and group up and fly with them because
Pretty
you
sure you
never
can
know what'll
fly.
happen.
Same here. I just fly with the helicopters.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Easiest option.
So you guys kind of load up. Like one of the people inside the helicopter is kind of talking to the guys in the holding area, saying like, "All right, we got a strange facility out here. Be prepared for I don't know." He kind of looks at his pad. A number of combatants. Thanks. We honestly don't know where we're going in, but it's probably going to be a hot drop. So just be ready for it. Everyone's just kind of nodding and stealing themselves for what's going to come as you guys are flying over the city. You make it. Well, it takes about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes for you to get to the wall. And as you're flying out, you can see the long, spindly shapes of the walkers off in the distance, and they are getting closer.
What the hell
And-
are those things?
Firebrand just kind of stays a little eerily silent as he has like flashbacks,
And
half-repriced memories.
those noises are
Anybody
going.
have any idea what those things are?
Like you kind of look around. Most of the other task guys are just staring at the window at them as well.
They're adherents.
Okay. Is that what we're after?
I don't think so. They're right there, and we got orders to go out to this space way out here.
Hmm.
Huh.
So, speaking of which, you guys are now flying over the broken stumps of trees, and you can see the military base off in the distance. I can see there's a couple of small little bits of smoke coming off it now.
Oh, I guess minor detail. Probably pick up scrap as we fly over him, I assume.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I'll probably
Yeah, we
drop
just-
myself on a building.
We just
and
wave
then,
at him from the air, you know?
There's a helicopter out. Well, good luck, guys. Yeah, I'd
Scrap
probably put
just
myself on
suddenly
a high
is on
building.
board
They
one of the
fly over. I'm just kind of
helicopters.
like in a seat.
Yeah. So you get on. You guys start heading over to the military base, and you can see a couple of plumes of smoke coming out, fairly small and wispy. But you guys land outside of the base, and your buddies pour out. You have maybe about 60 guys in all, along with the 4 of you. And as you start to approach the base, you can't see anything. You can't see anything out and about.
Can I feel anything out and about?
A little bit, definitely less than there was before.
Oh, that's not good.
So what do we got going on, Scrap?
A flesh creature, massive, packed with firearms. Oh, and he looks over at the grunts and Arc Flash because it's actually because he needs to breathe as well. Don't get close to the little ones if you can help it. The ones there were ones out here that were dressed like soldiers and they explode. Don't get close. Make sure to keep your distance.
Okay.
You can see a couple of the guys like wrap some bandanas around their faces and put their goggles on.
That's a Scrub just points to them and goes, it's very smart.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Well, I guess we'll just advance and I'll take point because in case I can feel anything in 100 feet. I got it now. I've extended.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I'll take point and I'll march closer.
So you kind of start heading into the heading to the military base as the sun is setting,
Oh, shit.
mostly obscured by some heavy cloud cover. And you kind of work your way through these tangle of small outbuildings. And you can see scattered every here and there, there's a couple of maybe like broken crates with some weaponry spilling out of it. Maybe a stain here and there. But you don't see anything.
Oh, that brings me to a thing I forgot to ask last time. Is there a logo on the crate at all?
There is, but it's stamped in some government sigil you don't recognize.
Okay.
Or you can make like a history check.
I have no history.
Oof.
I don't think. Does anyone have history here?
No, I might be mixing up with another system. If you don't have history, you can still use intelligence.
I could just do a straight intelligence roll. What's that? I have
Yeah.
+2. All right, let's do it. Wow.
You never paid too much attention in class. This is some sort of old European country's symbol, but nothing modern.
They bounced around so much; it's hard to.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, was this Andorra, France? I just don't remember.
Oh well, Firebrand could identify it as a Polish military.
Oh yeah, that would be this area, wouldn't it? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking some really old stuff.
Poland can't catch a break.
No.
Still, it doesn't look like they're here anymore. I guess they're all down the big hole, huh?
Oh yeah, that big hole. Is it still there? Right.
Well, you can see that the warehouse that it was in, there's a small little column of smoke trickling out through the door, which are slightly ajar.
Oh shit. Everyone just hang out here for a second. We'll go see what it is. And Scrap will head towards it.
Firebrand puts on his rebreather and heads on over.
Okay.
Me too.
So you get out to the doors, and you can definitely feel something here, but it feels very trace. You come up towards the doors. I assume you'd open them up,
Of course.
Yeah.
and you are standing on the edge of a large sinkhole, and you can see there's smoke rising from the bottom, which you can't see from this angle.
Now, we can't. It's very, very deep. I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Oh, is there a rock nearby I can just huck down and see if I can't hear anything?
There are rocks and several bits of debris, yes.
Hell. Well, I said I'll kick a rock down and I'll listen to see if here I can echo or something.
Okay. So you kick a rock down. It falls for maybe 2 seconds, and then you hear a clanking sound, like it just hits a metal.
Firebrand, could we get some light?
Sure. And Firebrand will hop down the hole and is a literal torch of light.
So you're gonna hop down the hole?
Yep.
Okay, so you land right next to a pile of mucus-covered, flesh-strung, explosive shells, along with a couple piles of C4 and a web of wires.
Oh, wow. Man, this feels like a trap.
It explodes.
Yes, since he's well, since you kind of flaming.
Okay, so
First
This
half
looks
an hour
like
of the
a trap.
wow,
It
this is like a
explodes.
bomb.
first half hour of the game, and he's already an egg.
Okay, so Firebrand,
Let's do it.
just straight up make a DC 30 toughness check. Oh
God
shit!
damn.
And Scrap.
Fire, that's nothing new.
Scrap, make a DC 20 dodge, followed by a DC 25 toughness. You got the gubbins?
Scrap.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Dead. How could you do this to him?
I did it to him. He died. He died before he even rolled.
But I guess nobody else necessarily gets caught
No,
up in that
no.
blast.
So I'm just gonna say to describe what is happening with everyone else. There's a massive explosion. The roof of the warehouse is blown apart with wood and bits of metal flying everywhere. Firebrand also flies out in a smoking arc and lands on the ground nearby. And Scrap is nowhere to be seen yet. A number of the goons just kind of fell back. A couple of them are like scrambling away, and the explosion is still ringing in your ears.
Firebrand is like getting up and just dusting himself off. That's one way to wake up this morning. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, doesn't look like anyone else got hurt.
Yeah, luckily Scrap telling everybody to stay back probably saved them.
Typing something.
Ah,
Ah
terrible.
dear.
Routers. Mm.
Still, Firebrand is going to kind of put two and two together and well, undoubtedly they've left here and they did that to cover their tracks. I don't think that tunnel down there is open anymore.
Not after that sort of explosion, no.
We only have like those crayon maps for their tunnels. Whatever one they're taking is definitely leading to the city. Maybe whatever forces are left in the city can try to cut them off before they necessarily get in. It did take us a bit to fly out here, but if they're just walking, it could take them longer.
Yes. That is true.
I'm wondering what the heck those stupid walking bot things
Nobody's
are gonna
given
do.
him a good answer yet. He's just like, what are those walking things? Silence. What are those walking things? Oh, vague answer. God damn it! Well,
Like you said, the big problem is the only one who has any real information is Firebrand, and he probably doesn't remember most of it because of being under its influence.
yep.
Firebrand just like silently starts clutching like the amulet on his neck. Whispers prayers to himself. Doesn't say anything.
God damn it. All right. So what are you guys gonna do? Like the goons are kind of looking to you. It's like, well, what do we do, boss?
Well, I can't think of anything else to do here. I mean, we could sweep what's left of the base and maybe see if we can find some useful clues.
All right,
Yeah, no,
gang. Hmm?
one crew stay here. The other three, we're going to start mounting up. I'm going to get on the phone with Carrere.
Okay. Like the rest of the guys just kind of start eagerly going back. The one helicopter crew is just kind of starts splitting up and looking around, turning their flashlights on. Okay, so you get on the horn with Carrere.
Yeah.
Okay, so he picks up and is like, "What did you find?"
Nothing. It was a bit of a trap. Behind. We have those maps. Can you take a look at them? Which
Oh.
way can you tell which way would be the fastest one for them to get into the city?
The crayon maps. You hear some rustling of papers. He looks around at it. It's like, shit, I don't know. This is so terribly drawn. I can't. Like you hear a rustling sound. It's like, oh, I had it upside down.
Look, you want to check the third layer, and then you just want to check around the
Third-
breach.
Third layer. Flip. All right. Yeah, it looks like there's a number of tunnels that go in and out around that area. Don't know how many are occupied though, or how many can move.
Well, if they
It looks
came
like-
from this area, either they all converge towards here or away from here.
Hmm.
So I think you can maybe try to cut them off before they get into the city. They're undoubtedly using the underground.
Yes, undoubtedly. Now,
I've still got
Alright.
the other teams over here, and one of them we're going to set to search the area for any additional information.
Alright, good idea. I'll try and keep things organized down here. Don't want to start a panic. All these walkers on the horizon, people are going to start to question things. And he sounds like he's about to say something more, but then he's like, "What the fuck? Oh, what the? How did you get in here? What?" And then
Rare?
it's going to cut out.
Rare! And he just like says that louder out loud and looks over to everyone. It just cut off.
There's muttering amongst the boys.
Look, maybe you should go ahead and go first. You can get there faster, and we'll follow up with one of the helicopters and leave the rest of the guys here to continue sweeping around.
Let's catch Scrap up real quick.
So who died?
At what point did
Maybe
you disconnect?
It explodes. That's exactly.
Oh, very, very, very good. Nobody died.
Well, he didn't make his rolls yet.
Yeah, okay. Make a DC 20 dodge and a DC 25 toughness.
Okay, let's do this. Dodge. Didn't think so. So 25, you said?
Yeah. Nice. You did it.
I did not want to get my first injury that early on.
No. All right. Sure enough, you'll have a lot of them later.
9's my record.
Yeah. Okay, so you are kind of blown back out the door by the blast. But no harm, no foul. Except the fact that everything's now exploded. And you have to leave a group of guys behind to sift through the wreckage. And Carrera, something just happened in his office. But the line cut out before you could determine what it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm recommending that Firebrand fly ahead while the rest of us and one squad of the troopers follow up with in the helicopter.
Yeah, Firebrand, if you see anything, just burn it. Probably the best option, honestly.
Right. I think the flesh creatures are a priority, but I'm probably not going to see them from the air.
No, it's probably the flesh creature that was in the lab.
Oh no. And Firebrand just zooms.
Oof. Okay, so you are moving at incredibly hig speed ahead of the helicopter.
Oh yeah.
You get there in total in maybe about half an hour. You kind of, I see you just like storm into his office.
Oh yeah,
Everything seems
absolutely.
normal
Just
outside of it.
burst straight in.
So you storm into his office, and you see him kind of standing beside his desk. And beside him, looks like it was just talking to him, was the Shard. So hey,
The shard just like suddenly disappears or is still standing there?
no, is still standing there. He kind of turns to you, and he's like, there's a moment of recognition in his eyes. He's like, "Oh God, oh Christ, Firebrand, I'm sorry. I probably freaked you out a little bit there. No, I was just surprised by your friend here." He points at the shard as it kind of reforms to face you.
Firebrand like takes like half a second to just like taking a deep panting breath from charging down the hallway. Yeah, just a little bit of a scare.
No, yeah, sorry. Well, you understand, time is of the essence, and well, our friend here has just told us that they're going to use some sort of what was it? And it's going to say hypnotic suggestion to get the people to safety. Does that sound like something that has been done in the past? Apparently, it says you might have some experience with that.
He'll give Carrera kind of like a little bit of a look as he like thinks it over. It's not what I would like. is when he like starts to like try to form into words.
Yeah.
For once, like at a loss for what to describe here.
Well, the reason it's here is to tell us the frequency we need to set our transmitters to for our own boys not to be affected by it, so we can help with the evacuation. And it's just going to incline its head a little bit at that. It's quite helpful if it's true.
There's a frequency? Huh.
Yeah, some sort of damping frequency that you can play at the same time that'll counter out this radiation, I guess. So,
Brand kind of like scratches his chin a little bit. Well, you might want to know then, says looking over the shard. I think the flesh creatures are already on the move from the base up north.
we are aware that their nest was disturbed. We were wondering if you had anything to do with that. You or your eager friend.
I think they were already planning to move out, and they've already caved in behind them. I was just telling Kerr that before we got cut off.
Hmm.
They should be on the way in any moment.
Should be on the way in. Well, very well. I shall discuss matters with them all personally. And it's just going to kind of float back around and say to Claire, now, do you want to distribute these? And she's just going to start talking about the frequencies as Claire is listening.
Firebrand's just going to sort of like gently tap his gauntlet, and for nothing more than a note of, hey, tech person should probably be listening. But he doesn't say anything, he just kind of does the signal, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Haximus Maximus will understand this far more than me, and he's going to stay there and just kind of listen for a bit, because he's currently the liaison to the rest of the group right now.
Yes. So,
but he's going to look over to Carrera and go, so where should we position everyone else? They're coming back. Should we defend the breach?
All right. So for this last little bit, I think I know what we're going for. So what this, he kind of gestures to the shard, thing here has told me is apparently these tunnels that lead underneath the breach go fairly deep. They don't surface there, but they do distribute around the northern parts of the city. Now, I'm currently setting up a couple teams disguised as construction workers, maintenance workers, and the like. They're going to head out and they're going to try and seal and reinforce any sort of service entrances, maintenance hallways, anything like that that might lead out from the underground. Hopefully we can try and bottleneck them before they come into the city, but...
Good. Maybe we can force them to get out of their tunnels before they even get in.
Yes, potentially. But... he kind of like gestures towards the shard again. But it would not be efficient to blockade the breach, since that is where our walkers will be entering the city.
And what would you have us do then?
We would have you assist the rest of Carrere's men in securing any locations that these flesh might emerge from inside the city itself. We have made an agreement with the watch on the outer city wall of the breach. They will not stop our walkers' entrance. We can set up the field then and begin evacuating the people of the city.
Then I think that's probably the plan to go to. It'll keep the most people safe. I'll try to direct the rest of the team to try to take care of any place they might pop up. We still have the 3 choppers too, so they'll accompany us.
Very well, Firebrand. Your cooperation is appreciated. And it holds out a hand towards you.
Firebrand will, of course, reach out and shake.
Good
I
shake.
know that together we can make sure that we save everyone's lives. And he has an extra stress on life there.
Of course, it is our utmost concern to preserve human life. and just gonna relinquish your hand and fold back through the floor. And that's going to be that. Everybody else coming back on the helicopters, you arrive around now.
And
Incredible.
I zip through the halls to Career's office.
Okay.
I'll get there in time, I guess.
So you would get there to see Carrere on the phone. Firebrand, he just called Dex to try and help work out this whole frequency thingamajig that he was given specifications to.
Right.
But when everybody else just kind of arrives breathless, they are all they see is you and Carrere.
Firebrand looks over at them and go, "All right, everyone, we're heading back out again."
Okay, what the hell just happened?
Well, the flash things are coming in, and they should start popping up around the city any moment now.
Okay, fine, yeah, we know that, but what the hell? I mean, we just busted our ass to get out here because Carrera just cut off. We thought we was under attack or something. You guys are standing here like you just had a freaking management meeting.
Well, it turns out the shard's perfect timing also applies to jump scares.
Wait, the shard was here?
Yeah, he just paid a visit.
What'd it do?
It came here to discuss what it was up to. Its things are coming in. It's going to be using a hypnotic system to,
Steal everyone away.
Firebrand, nods and then, holds up air quotes, facilitate rescue. We're going to be doing the evacuation.
That is an absolutely terrible idea.
Right,
Hold
but
on.
leaving everyone in the city to fend for themselves against these flesh things is a disaster waiting to happen.
This entire thing is a disaster.
I agree, and there's only so much disaster I can handle at once.
Fine. If you'll excuse me, I do have to handle one thing. And he's going to kind of just out of existence, and I'm going to run down to the lab.
Yep. Okay, so you get down to the lab. Dr. Shen is writing something on this little tablet as you kind of burst. No, you wouldn't burst through the door. You just appear on the other side of the door.
And I could burst through the door if it's more dramatic.
Whichever one works.
I'll flip a coin. Let's see here. I teleport through the door. Okay.
All right. Okay. So you teleport through the door. You see Dr. Shen taking some notes, and you see the Firebrand torso spider crawling around the containment room. It looks like it's a little bit agitated.
Dr. Shen,
Yes?
purge this room.
Why?
And he's gonna point at it.
What? Why?
Why do you think? Well, the last thing we need is the flesh is on the other side of the wall on its way, and the last thing we need is an agent inside this usually very safe place.
Well, do you have authority of craft on this?
I could literally do it, and you couldn't stop me.
Well, you could.
I could, and he's going to start walking towards the console that he usually has right in front of the thing.
Okay, and let me just see here. He's like as you start walking forward, he's gonna kind of throw down his tablet onto the desk and kind of stand up. He's like, now hold on. You need to have some sort of clearance from Korea to do this sort of thing.
I don't think that your interest in this is entirely academic.
Oh, you don't think my interest in this is entirely academic? I don't think your interest in this is entirely sane.
No, we're not wrong. Sorry, you're not wrong. Either way, whether or not we're going to argue ethics, you need to destroy this thing. Either you can do it or I can do it.
He's gonna kind of stand in front of the console. He's gonna stand between you and the console. He's gonna say, if you get a memo from Korea telling me that I need to destroy this thing, I will. But I'm not just gonna let you traipse into my lab and destroy what could be my life's work.
I call Carrere. I'm just staring at him as I call him.
All right, so you call him up. He's kind of searching your face, trying to see if you're bluffing or not. Carrere picks up. He's like, yeah.
I put him on speaker. Carrere, I'm here with Dr. Shen. I think it would be in the best interest of everyone if we destroy the flesh sample in the lab so we don't have a pair of eyes and ears and whatever else it needs inside Do you think that would be wise?
In light of the current developments, I do think that would be wise. Dr. Shen, purge the room.
Thank you.
And you can see the doctor's face just kind of sag a little bit. He's going to reluctantly turn towards the console, press a couple buttons, and you can see the room start to fill with a gas. And then the thing goes limp, puts on a little suit, walks inside, and just covers it in lighter fuel and lights it on fire. It's not the
Crap
most
has a very
efficient thing.
small
But,
smile on.
like he looks over at you through his suit as he's doing it. So he's just smiling, kind of like scowls a little bit.
Gives him a thumbs up.
He scowls harder.
That's fine.
Okay.
After I see it catch fire, Scrapple will just, this tiniest bit of a spring in his step, but he'll work his way back up to everyone.
He did the thing.
Oh god, it feels so good. It's like finally 3 cicadas that were just hanging out in your room are all dead.
Okay. So everybody, are you going to fan out amongst the city as doom approaches?
Should we do this as a group?
We should at least have a buddy system.
Right. Well, we have our choppers, and we each could maybe try to take on a individual exit, or we could all go in force and try to pick the most vulnerable locations to try to protect.
I think that second one would be the best.
I vote
Or
we don't.
maybe
I
better-
vote we don't split up.
So you cut out there.
Another idea is we hold back the heavy hitters and wait to see where the heaviest influx is going to be, and then we can deploy there and take it out.
Well, I mean, unless we can predict the future on that one.
I'm not
We'd have
talking
to
predicting the
wait.
future. I'm talking reacting to them when we actually have information.
So I guess this means that we should probably take a moment for some threat analysis information and see what kind of information we actually have to kind of base that idea on.
Because if we spread out, and then there's a massive wave in one location, it's going to take time for everybody to gather in and counter it.
Well,
Yeah.
in any case, we should put ourselves in a place that is easily accessible to any area of the city.
Right. I think Carrera's plan is already to try to curtail their entrance into the city by blocking off various tunnels. Carrera, if you
Yeah.
end up blocking most of them, which location do you think we should go to first if we stick together as a group?
Well, the burg contains most of the city's, administration, infrastructure. I'd recommend you get on the border between that and Privnity. Either that or I'd say near the breach. I don't exactly trust that shard.
That's a very good policy. Oh, I wish everyone believed it from the start. Oh,
I just think if we split it up, that's just going to accelerate our death quicker.
Yeah, it's probably.
Well,
All right.
you suggested the border between the Berg and Privnity.
Yes.
And given our options between that and the breach, then I think that's going to be our go-to. And then we can try reacting to wherever they pop up.
Mm-hmm. All right, so if that's our plan,
Hopefully
the
we
only
can
one
keep
we-
as many people as possible from dying immediately to plague and contamination and flesh.
yes, hopefully.
And then worry about hypnotic control patterns.
We
Yes.
can always destroy
Did all that
machines.
fly over your head too, Prayer, or was it just me?
Well, it's not exactly the most. Actually, what's the word I'm looking for?
Trustworthy.
It's not the most trustworthy thing to be performing mind control on a population, but at least it seems, according to our friend Dex in the basement, seems that this does seem to be a way to counter out this frequency. Says that at least. Oh, speaking of which, he's gonna take a couple of these little earpieces out, and he's going to kind of fiddle with them a little bit. And he's gonna hand them all to you. These should be able to counter out any of the frequencies you might encounter.
That's good.
I'm issuing some more to all of our task boys.
Understood. Oh, that's one more earpiece for me to wear. I got one on each now.
And when you put the earpieces in, there is like a low kind of background hum that you can hear at all times.
Scrap will kind of shudder. And it's like, I don't, not again. You're certain that this isn't just a vehicle for them to control everyone easier?
This is our own technology. They just gave us the frequency. So there shouldn't be any bugs or anything in this.
He'll reluctantly keep it in, just grimacing the entire time. He's got the cicadas, and now he has a low hum.
Well, at least it makes sense. I remember being explained what waves were like once. You have two of them, and they come crashing together. He's taking his hands, and he's wiggling them up and down into collide, and goes.
Firebrand, we have much more important things to deal with right now.
Not possible. Okay.
I have a puppet show.
Hope this thing doesn't short out on me.
Yes, hopefully. And as you guys kind of emerge to head off to your area in the kind of cold evening, the cold November evening that it is, you see the B and the C team kind of saunter up onto the deck as well. Seems like they're calling in everybody for this business.
Firebrand goes down the line, giving everyone high fives.
A couple of them reply, I just realized I meant to move you guys, but I just did not.
Oh, whoops. Oh well.
Yeah, we're
It's
still
all
out in the wasteland.
Let me
It
just...
was all a dream.
Sorry,
We're
I
all
need to...
dead. We all died in the explosion.
No! I tried to move it! Alright, let me just move it here, and then move it here, where you're supposed to be.
There we go. There's Godzilla. There's our boy.
Okay. So, you guys meet up on the cold deck. So you're all there. We got Lucius, Vodern. Dex is actually there, surprisingly enough. Doesn't really go outside. We have Seaworth. And we have Human there on his stilts. Well, he's not in stilt mode currently, but he's got his bow kind of drawn and ready.
God bless you, you shitty Hawkeye.
Yeah! Fucking Hawkeye, do this! Stilts! All right.
You got us there.
So you guys just kind of stand amongst yourselves as all the goons rush by. Lucius is gonna kind of turn to you, Firebrand. He's like, well, looks like this is it. See you on the other side.
I'll see you first.
Sure thing. And he's gonna go in for the forearm grab.
Oh yeah, he does that, pulls in, does the arm pat on the back.
Nice. So you guys get that done, and I assume you're all going to set off into the city.
Yeah, probably have a brief talk with Haximus for a moment on the side and go Dex is handling the hardware, but I need you to handle a bit of the software with the frequencies. If you see them changing, do your magic, alright?
I'm sorry, the dogs. He's gonna be like, all right, there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious yet, but this is some weird code they've got in here. It's anyway, I'll keep taking a look at it, and if it starts to be modified, I'll make sure to let you know.
Thanks. I'm glad I can rely on you. And he's gonna bend down and give her a hug, and then of course pull out Turto Tap.
Wait, she wait, what? Wait, give who a hug? What?
Haximus.
She's not there. She's in
She's in
prison.
prison.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
She's
I thought
in
you said she was
prison!
pregnant the whole time. Never mind.
Fly to prison.
Fly to
Freaking
prison.
give her a
Never
hug.
mind. Rephrase touching moment because I was confused by dogs suddenly. Lucky was, barking and stuff. Our new morphogenic field dog.
Nice.
Oh, that's right, our dog.
Instead, send a touching picture of Turtotep.
Turtotep.
A selfie.
Hey, that's the turtle he used to kill that guy.
No, it's the turtle you had in the helicopter to trick me into trying to chase it.
Oh yeah.
I landed that one.
Oh god, the turtle. We still have that. You still have that
Yep.
turtle?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
why would I throw it away?
I don't know. You're firebrand. You might just throw away things. Like the next morning, you wake up and go, "What was this? Whatever."
Why do you think I have like 12 different luxury properties so I can hoard everything?
You
I
know,
would like
I
to
just
see
realized.
Firebrand go on an episode of Hoarders. Be like, oh, you see here, classic. And it's just like stuff full of ancient Egyptian gold, and it's like turn off the cameras.
Host comes through, it's like, are you sure you're going to use this mummified liver? It's like, it's been there for 3,000 years, but I'm sure I'll get around to using it someday.
What about this urn? That's my cat.
Jeez. All right. So you guys.
We call them pernoomsies.
So you guys start setting up around the Berg, and for the first maybe hour or so, everything seems quiet. It's now about the middle of the night. There's not many people on the street at all. Maybe like one or two pass by. It seems like set up in some sort of well, they're like police and security strong points all around the city. I assume you're in like one of those on a corner, kind of waiting for shit to go down.
Yeah.
I'd probably be on a tall building because gravity's a punk. So I can just get a better view.
Okay.
Dumb people love high places, so Firebrand is as high up as possible.
He's 5 feet above me and going, ha ha ha.
And you guys can hear every once in a while the sound of the horns being blown off in the distance, getting closer and closer as slowly a kind of chill fog starts to descend over the city. And you can just see the neon lights flashing through it as slowly you begin to see figures walking in through the fog. They are the thin, gaunt shapes of these siren walkers that you've seen. They are now within the city. And you can hear
very loud complaining over the intercom, like the thing. Like, I can't believe we're letting them in.
Firebrand has like a created pair of binoculars, like looking over at them. It's like, the image kind of haunted me for a while, but looking at them now, they're a little goofy at this distance, huh?
Actually,
it just feels wrong.
Actually,
it's just wrong.
It doesn't feel wrong. It is wrong.
Well, you say that about a good many things,
and I've been right about a good chunk of them.
Yeah. So let me bring these guys back up on screen so you can remind them what they